Hello, my name is Shannon Irwin, and this is my presentation over the strategies. I was chosen to do social studies, and the strategy area is for after reading. And the name of my strategy is Reread and Sketch with More Detail. I found this strategy in the Strategies reading book. It's the book that Dr. Fox recommended to us. And the steps to my strategy is to first read the text, and then after you're done reading the text, sketch a picture based on the information you remember. And then after you do that, go back and reread the text and try to add more detail to your picture based on the details you read in the text. And then you repeat until you think you have all the important information represented in your drawing. Some prompts that you can give your students is to stop and picture what you just learned or what you just read, and then jot down some details in the sketch also. It just doesn't have to be pictures. You can also write in it also. And now that you have reread the text, see if you can add any new details to your drawing. And the strengths to the strategy is this strategy would be beneficial to social studies, especially when reading the text that is describing details of an object or process that could, sometimes there's so many details and steps and that students get confused and leave some out, and so this would be beneficial to something like that. And I will just demonstrate it over a book about the Apache Indians. Here is an example that the book had given, and it shows reread to add more detail, and it shows there's 3 here. You don't have to do just 3. You can add as many as you need. And here is the book that I will be doing, The Apache People. And I will read the book, and then I will come and I will make me a chart about the Apache people, and the stuff that I'm trying to remember and the details are about the shelter, the food, and the location. So after I read the book the first time, I will come and start to fill out my chart. And I will write down stuff about their shelter and the food that I remember that they would eat. And for instance, they hunted buffalo and deer, and the location that they were located in Arizona and New Mexico. And then I would go back after doing this, if that's all I can remember, and I would reread my book, The Apache People, and then I would try to remember some more detail. And this time, I would remember that some of the shelter they used was teepees, that they also gathered nuts and seeds and fruit, and that they also lived in Texas. And so if I felt comfortable that I had all the important information, then I would be done. But if I feel like that there's still more information that I could gather, I would go back and I would reread my book again, and then come back and continue adding to my chart. And so here is an overview of my strategy. The reread, sketch with more detail. This would also be beneficial for science, and since science has a lot of, like, if you was read over something that had a lot of different steps and processes and what you're supposed to do in each step process, and then you could go and add details as you reread it so you don't forget anything. And so that is the end of my presentation. Thank you.